Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. My name is Ira and I am on a debt-free journey. I'm on a debt-free journey because I racked up over £13,000 worth of debt. My goal is to reduce that debt down to at least £3,000 by July 2022. On this channel, I show my debt payoff progress every single week so that I can achieve my dream of owning my first home by myself. If you'd like to support me with that, please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a huge amount. I have seen some significant growth on this channel recently, and thank you to all those new subscribers. It genuinely means so much to me. Thank you so much. I post debt and budget related content twice a week, so if that's the sort of thing that you're into, please consider subscribing. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be checking in for week 1 of August's budget. Now, I've done things very slightly different for August and it seems to be working quite well for me and I'm really excited about it. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that typically what I would do is I'd give myself a whole huge lump of money at the start of the month and I'd expect myself to be able to eke that out quite equally. Never happened. So what I've done differently this time is I've given myself a quarter of everything and so far so good. I'm really pleased with it. Before we do get into today's video, I do want to announce the winner from the giveaway that I posted maybe a week and a half ago. So a week and a half ago, I put out something on Instagram and I think I spoke about it on the YouTube channel. Let me get more comfortable. So basically what I said is, okay, when I get to 250 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway, 8 cash envelopes, but never did I think that in a week and a half's time, I'll be reaching way over. We weren't even at 200 subscribers at that point, so I thought I was gonna have about a month to prepare for this, but you guys showed up, thank you. So anyway, this is the winner. And it's a huge well done to Nicola Robertson. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for supporting me. Can't wait to get in touch with you. And thank you so much to everybody else who entered the giveaway. So massive congratulations. If you can make sure that you DM me on Instagram so I can get your address details and let me know what you're into, I can send something out for you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for entering. So when we get to around the 400 subscriber mark, what I will do is I will do something bigger and better and we'll do a 500 subscriber giveaway and that will be something pretty epic. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, let's get into the video, what we were here to do. So let's check in for week 1 of August budget. Okay guys, non-binary pals, here we are in week 1's check-in already. I cannot believe we are already checking in for August week 1. This year is going so quickly and it's actually quite terrifying. This is quite a big video because I've got a lot to show you. I've got some stuff and I'm kind of budgeting in a new way and it really seems to be working for me and I'm really excited to show you how well I've done this week. So let's get cracking. Okay, so we are gonna do the spends first and we're gonna look at what I spent over the last couple days. We still have 2 days left over of my last calendar and then we are moving into the downloadable, or I can send it to you, budget sheets from Budget with Ira. These are available from my Etsy store. So this is a blank undated calendar that you can use for absolutely any month. The reason why I'm using this is because I've printed it a bit wonky, so it's a bit of an oopsie, so I couldn't send it to anybody. So I'm gonna use this one. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mark it all up so that it's ready to use. So I am a Sunday starter, so I'm gonna start Sunday. And the 31st was a Saturday, so we can start on the 1st of August here. Is there 30 days in August or 31? I'm gonna guess 30 and then I can add one in if I got it wrong. So on the 30th, the first thing I did as soon as I woke up on payday was pay off my credit card and I paid $1,564.57, which now makes us credit card debt free, which I am so over the moon about. Then Jake and I went into town together and I needed to put some petrol in my car, so I put £30 in, which was my weekly allowance. And then we spent $95.96 on habits. On the 31st, my lockdown weight caught up with me and I split my last pair of work trousers. So I did need to go into Primark and buy 2 pairs of work trousers. That is an unbudgeted spend, and it's unfortunate that I already have had an unbudgeted spend, but it's gonna get eaten up by the buffer. Going forward, I do realise that I do need to have a clothing sinking fund because I need to buy clothes, and if I'm gonna split them, I absolutely definitely need to. I spent £10 on groceries. It was like staples like egg and bread and things like that, just to tide us over. And then in the evening, we had a takeaway with friends and our share was £30, and we took that out of the social fund. Okay, let's move over to the new calendar. On the 1st, we went grocery shopping and I spent £39 from the groceries fund. But the grocery bill was slightly more than what the cash I had on me, so I did need to dip in the buffer again, and I used £3 of unbudgeted money. Some people might find that a bit disappointing that you overspent on the budget, but considering where I've come from to where I am now, I'm over the moon. After we went grocery shopping, we bought the cats their cat food, and that's nice specialist food in the flavour that they like. We get that from PetSmart. Jake went and had his haircut. He went for a wet shave as well, so it ended up costing more, but he used his own money to pay for the rest. And then we spent $48.98 on habits, so still under budget for that, which is great. And then on Monday, all the bills that were due out on the 1st came out because the 1st was a Sunday. So the first one was car service 1, which was $10.44. Then the DVLA came out, which was $27.12, and that's for 2 cars. Then TV license came out, and that was $13.37. And on that Monday, I went back to work, which absolutely sucked, and I spent £3.37 on lunch. And then by the time Tuesday came round, I was used to being back at work. I had a very early shift, so I spent £2.43 on breakfast, and that was a Red Bull and some sort of pastry. And another colleague in my team retired, so I put £5 towards their retirement present. I didn't really like them, to be honest, but it's a nice thing to do, isn't it? And on the Wednesday, car service 2 came out exactly as planned, and it was £13.20. And it was another very early start, so I spent £3.60 on breakfast. I think I needed a much bigger Red Bull that morning. And then moving over to Thursday, the only thing that happened was the pet insurance came out on the Thursday the 4th, and it was £14.09. I normally predict for it to come out on something like the 19th or something, but it's come out on the 5th 2 months in a row, so I'm just going to start budgeting it for the 5th. Okay, so that's all my spends done. I've got something exciting to show you. This is my weekly check-in. This is available on my Etsy store after quite a bit of feedback. So I don't really like adding things for the sake of it, but I have had a couple of requests, so I have put it on there, and it is a very, very low price. Some customers also prefer for it to, instead of being a digital download, to actually have it printed out, laminated, and sent over to them, so that option is available as well. So this comes in A4 and US letter, so you get this, but you also get a 5th week, because some people budget for a 5th week and some people have a 5th week every now and then. So when you buy it, you get both sheets, but I always use 4, so I'm just going to stick with this 4th one. So when I check in, the categories I look at is spending, groceries, petrol, social, and unbudgeted. When we look back at my cash stuffing, I gave myself £25 for spending, £50 for groceries, £30 for petrol, £100 for the month for social, and I always give myself 0 for unbudgeted. 115, is that right? £105. It's one of them. So let's start with spending. So I added nothing into any category other than what I had. So let's go 0. I spent £14.40, which should leave me with £10.60 remaining. So if we go to my little mini cash envelope, which I have battered, I have £10.60. Now I was thinking about what I should do with the leftover. Should I roll it over into the next week, or should I do something different with it? And I feel like I'm starting to get myself into quite a good pattern now in terms of limiting myself but being reasonable with myself. I feel like if I give myself an extra £10.60 into next week, I will just spend it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this little view. So this is going to be my penny jar essentially, and everything that I don't spend in a week I'm going to put in there, and then I will do something special with it at the end. So I think this is probably going to be my sort of adventure fund for doing things with myself, for myself, by myself. It would normally be something that there'd be no way I waste my money on it, but because it's sort of free money, it'll be different. So that's my plan for it. Hopefully I don't use this for emergencies. So let's put this £10.60 in there. I don't think I'll be putting in this much money every week, but it's a nice start. Okay, moving over to groceries. Last week I spent £49 and I had that little bit of unbudgeted. Let me explain why. We went to a different supermarket this week. We went to Lidl or Aldi, one of them, they feel the same to me. And we didn't have £1 for the trolley, so I had to use £1 to put in there, and then I had the £1 spare. We've got a pound shape to put in one at home, but I just didn't think. So there's £1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, here it is, I'm going to add it to that adventure fund. Okay, for petrol, we spent that £30, so there was nothing left and it has lasted really well. For social, we spent 30, which leaves us with 70. Actually, let me go get that envelope. Here we go. This one gets beaten up more as the week goes. Look at that. Oh, we've trashed this. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70. So bang on. And for unbudgeted, I spent £21, which will be eaten up by the buffer, which leaves me on minus £21. So last week I spent £144.40, which seems really, really reasonable. That's 205, isn't it? Oh, I'm so bad at maths. And what I actually have to roll over is £70 from social. Okay, so let's move this over. So we're starting off the week with 0 in spending, 0 in groceries, 0 in petrol, £70 in social, and minus 21 in unbudgeted. So let's stuff week 2's little envelopes. This is exciting. Am I like a regular cash stuffing channel now? Okay, so let's move over to spending, which was the envelope that we made. So I'm going to give myself another £25. So that's 5 and 20, and I should be left with 50, which I am. Let's stuff this into my rainbow envelope. I am going to make myself some. when I find some time, but you guys are keeping me very busy with my Etsy store. Thank you so much for that. It means so much. So we've added in 25. And for groceries, it is similar. We're going to give myself 50. So we're going to take a 10 and two 20s and should be left with 100 in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I think the builders are back. Sorry if you hear anything. So let's put this in that mini envelope. It's 50 in there. Petrol is a one-time spend, so I'm just going to take that and put that in my wallet, and that's going to be £30. So that's 10 and a 20, and should be left with 60, 20, 40, 60. Lovely. I'm just going to move that to the side. We are going to add nothing into social and nothing into unbudgeted, which is 50, 75, 105. Is that 100? Let me get a calculator. I cannot trust myself with numbers. Okay, that is us all checked in and prepared. So before we finalize anything, let's just go back to my budget planner so we can check off our bills. Okay, so quickly having a look at our bills. Car service came out, it was £10.44. Car service came out and it was £13.37. Car insurance 2 didn't come out, and I think it's because we paid a fair bit of our unbudgeted last month, so I don't actually think that's gonna come out, so I'm gonna leave that. DVLA came out and that was £27.12. Car service 2 came out, which was £13.20. And pet insurance came out on a different day and it was £14.09, so I had a bit of a saving there. We paid for, shut up. We paid for cat food as well, which is £29.19. We spent half of our haircuts and most of habits as well, so, but the rest we are sort of waiting for. Oh, look, we did credit card as well. We did £1,564.57. That is so satisfying. Hi guys, gals and non-binary bars, thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I genuinely appreciate it when you get all the way to the end. It means so much to the channel. Also, if you are able to, please consider commenting and liking this video. That does absolute wonders to it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing because that is the biggest thing you can do to support me right now. The next video that I have planned for you guys is a bit more of an updated sinking funds. As you may know, me and Jake have decided to end our romantic relationship, but we're still really good friends and we're both in good places, so don't worry about that. However, because I am basically a single person now, my priorities have changed a little bit, and also in a couple of months time the amount of income that I'll be getting will be different and the way I allocate money will be different. So my sinking funds do need a bit of a refresh. Plus, you guys have been really showing up for me and doing some wonderful things for me on Etsy. So I'd like to show you what I'm doing with that money as well. So if you haven't rang that notification bell, make sure you do that because you'll get an alert the very second that that video comes out. Anyway, I have had enough of your time today. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for getting to the end, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.